This video will go over the review and reflect associated with the composition of functions lesson. The review will prepare you for what you will see in the lesson, while the reflect can be answered after the composition lesson. Number 1 of the review reviews subtraction of polynomials. Here we are to subtract the quantity of 3x plus 5 from the quantity of x squared plus 1. Notice that the x squared plus 1 is written first, and we can distribute the minus sign as a negative 1 to the second set of parentheses. Doing this will result in x squared plus 1 minus 3x minus 5. We can now add like terms to get x squared minus 3x minus 4. Number 2 of the review reviews the concept that relates function notation to the points of the graph. Let's begin with part C. Here we are looking for the function value of g of 2. In other words, we want to find the point that has the x value of 2. Looking at the graph, we find the point 2, 1 is the point on the graph. Therefore, the value of g of 2 is 1, the y value of the point 2, 1, located on the graph shown. For part B, we are looking for the y value or the function value of g of negative 2 from the graph. Looking at the graph, and in particular for the point that has a negative 2 as its x value, we see that the graph has the point negative 2, negative 3. This means that the value of g of negative 2 is negative 3. Finally, for part A, we want to know the function value of g of negative 4, which means that we want to see the point of negative 4, some y value. Looking at the graph, we are in search of the point that has a negative 4 as its x value. Notice that the graph has the domain of negative 2, including negative 2, all the way to infinity, which means that there are no points that have the x value less than negative 2. This in turn means that there are no points that have the x value of negative 4. So g of negative 4 is undefined for this graph. Now for number 3 of the review. It is asking for the equation of the graph shown. We can see by the shape of the graph that the parent function is that of the square root function. We can also see that it has been translated 2 units to the left and 3 units down. Because of the directing point, we can see that there is no vertical compression nor expansion. This leads us to conclude that the equation for g of x to be the square root of x plus 2. Remember that the plus 2 in the inside causes the parent graph to be shifted 2 units to the left. Minus 3, since the minus 3 on the outside causes the parent graph to be shifted 3 units down. No multiplier is needed at the beginning of the equation, as we did not see a change in the direction point of over 1 to the right and up 1. Please note the reflection for this lesson. It is to state the difference between these notations. And this concludes this video.